So if you want to lose weight, you need to do what is called. This is Just Beast Fitness. I'm your trainer, Jasper. Bravo. Anyway, this is a science-based video. This is a video on how to lose weight, how to lose fat, science-based, and you're starting right now. Number one is, you should know that subcaloric intake and time-restricted eating or feeding is the best process of losing weight and gaining muscles at the same time. And this is where now intermittent fasting comes in. According to science and according to research, people who do intermittent fasting or alternative body fasting have a very high chance of losing weight, which is fat, at the same time build muscles, because the muscle building system and fat burning system are very, very different. So when you're able to find yourself in such situations, because intermittent fasting is going to make you have more growth hormones, and this is like, otherwise this is time restricted eating or alternative day eating. It is also going to put you in a situation where you're not going to lose so much weight in a very, very short time, or gain so much muscle in a very short time, because when you do that, it means you're going to lose all of that also within a very short time. Number two science-based fact about weight loss is, you should know that it's not, when you get into fitness, most of the time you're told this major mistake, and that if you want to lose weight, you just need to eat less calories. And if you want to gain weight, that is, if you want to gain muscles, you just need to have more calories. And that is a very pathetic advice, because calories are not the same. 10 calories of cake, a piece of cake, and 10 calories of a steak are just not the same. There's some calories which are just useless, are just not going to help you at all. So this is where now what is called glycemic index also comes in. It's scientifically proven that food which are in a higher glycemic index tend to make you experience what is called insulin spike or insulin resistance. And when there's an insulin resistance, it means that your blood sugar is raised. And when your blood sugar is raised up and down all the time, what's going to happen is that you're going to gain so much fat. Understand? So that is why you need to consider the type of food you're eating and to consider the level of their glycemic index. Glycemic index simply means is a food that is going to be super digested so fast and going to be absorbed to your body so fast, and hence that is going to bring so much sugar into your blood. And when it raises your blood sugar, it means the insulin is going to do what is called insulin resistant. When there's insulin resistant, you tend to gain so much weight, because all this blood sugar is going to turn into fat for later use. So to avoid that, make sure that you're eating food which are in lower glycemic index. The food which are in the lower glycemic index, which are the food like sweet potatoes, like steak. These are the food which are naturally found from nature, and they are one ingredient meals. Point number two takes me to point number three, factor that you need to know when you are losing weight scientifically, because science is it. That is, you need to consider anytime you're eating the issue about insulin. Insulin resistance is just the last thing you do. That is the enemy to your fat loss process. So you need to avoid those foods which are going to raise your insulin level, that is blood sugar level. And what are those foods you need to avoid? Just avoid those foods which are so high in sugar and very fast, highly processed and readily digestible, because when that happens, it means that you're going to lose, instead of losing weight, you're going to gain so much fat, especially around the stomach and belly and back area. Okay. Another thing that you need to consider when you're losing weight is hypertrophy. Hypertrophy is the process of building muscles. It is scientifically proven that anytime you want to lose weight and maintain that weight, you need to do what is called resistant training. Resistant training is the best signal that you can send to your body for it to gain muscles in a certain period of time. And if that happens, it means that you're going to lose weight even when you're in a resting state, because the more the amount of muscles you have in your body is also the more amount of weight you're going to lose when in your resting state. Another thing you also need to consider is calories. And that is not just amount of calories, but number one is calories in, calories out. Anytime you want to lose weight, you need to be in what is called a caloric deficit. When you're in caloric deficit, it means that the amount of calories you are having is at least 10% less than the amount of calories you usually have for you to maintain the amount of weight you're having right now. And also, when you want to gain muscles, you need to have what is called caloric surplus. It means having 10% of more calories that you usually eat. This is going to make you be in a state where you are able to build more muscles, because the amount that you are spending or in your normal day, you have an extra left for you to at least gain some more weight. So if you want to lose weight, you need to do what is called be in a caloric deficit, and when you want to gain weight, you be in what is called caloric surplus. That simply, in layman's language, means you need to eat more food when you want to gain weight, and you need to eat less food if you want to lose weight, and they have to be high quality, non-processed food. Another very important factor when you are losing weight is HGH. This is human growth hormones. So you need the human growth hormones. And why is it a very important hormone? This is the hormone that is going to be very, very responsible for the burning of fats in your body, and also gaining of muscles. How do you gain these growth hormones? Growth hormones can be gained through fasting, that is intermittent fasting, through having enough sleep, avoiding stress, and hypertrophy, that is lifting weights or doing resistance training, that is body weight and lifting heavy stuff. This is going to make you gain so much of HGH, which is human growth hormones. And the human growth hormone is a less talked about hormone, but it's a very important hormone because it's responsible for you in losing weight and fatizo. Another very important factor in when you're losing weight, this is another unspoken hero, is proteins. Anytime you want to lose weight, you need to look at the amount of proteins you are having, because this is why it's important. Number one, when you have enough proteins, you're going to build enough muscles. And when you build enough muscles, it's going to help you lose more fats. And the amount of proteins you need is about 1.2 to 1.6 grams per pound for body weight. That is per day. So that is the one thing you need to know about proteins. You need to have about that. Scientifically, that's the amount you need to have for you to lose weight. Number two, and gain muscles. Number two, also, you need to spread your proteins throughout the day. You don't need to eat so much proteins at a go, then the rest of the day you don't have any proteins to eat. But you need to spread them. If it's, let's say you're having like, let's say 120 grams of proteins in a day, it means you're going to spread them to 4 meals. That's going to be 30 grams per meal. When you spread them that way, it's the better. But also, you are also advised to have most of your proteins just when you're waking up in the morning, because that's when your body has the ability to absorb more. All this is scientifically proven by them. I'm not just giving you things. Yeah, these are all researched. Also, you need also to check at the quality of the proteins you're having. Proteins are not the same. When you're having the animal proteins, you don't need to have as much as compared to when you're having plant proteins. If you want to have plant proteins, it means you need to have like 20% more than the person who is having animal proteins. So if you want that fast growth and fast gain, and you don't want to eat so much, I'll advise you to go for the animal proteins, or you mix them. But animal proteins are always your best bet. That is white meat, red meat, fish, and all that. Those are the animal proteins. These are the things, and eggs. Those are the things that are going to make you gain the muscles faster, because the quality of the protein there is better. So the absorption is also better compared to the same amount of proteins you're having from a plant protein. They're both good, because we have seen people gain so much muscles just using the plant proteins, but always just keeping this in mind, that the animal proteins are superior to the plant proteins. And also, as you gain all these proteins, I need you also to at least reduce the amount of carbs you are having. Another thing is, we are told so much all the time when you want to lose weight is that you just need to run, do a lot of cardio for us to gain or to lose those fat around our belly. It's okay, but also I need you to consider what is called progressive overload. Progressive overload has been proven that it's what is responsible for the growth of muscles. Progressive overload just means continuously getting stronger on whatever it is you're doing. If you're squatting, it means you're having stronger squats. Which means you are doing more reps, or you are having more sets, or you are able to carry more weights. But what progressive overload means is that you're just getting stronger as time goes, and as long as you're getting stronger as time goes, it means you're also going to build muscles as time goes. Thank you for watching. If you love this video, I need you to subscribe, and this helps me to support the channel, and like it, share to people who love their health, and let me see you in the next one. Peace.